right, indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Charlie, this is Chris. We're from the Hill Green Theatre in Manchester.
Couple number two.
I'm Bob, this is Jamie, my grandson. Jamie's from Hertfordshire and I'm from South Bedfordshire.
Couple number three.
I'm Rachel, this is Olwyn, and we're friends from Norwich.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Darren. This is my father-in-law, Frankie, and we're from Bristol.
And these are today's contestants. Well, thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. More popular with housewives than gin or online bingo. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm very, very well. We've got two great returning pairs today who had interesting shows last time, I'm going to say. Two lovely new pairs as well. Charlie and Chris there. Oh, actually, before we go on, I really fancy a Tic Tac, do you? Just something like that. And Rachel and Olwyn, welcome as well. It should be a cracker. Our two returning pairs are great fun, so it should be a great show. And our two new pairs also look... They certainly look to be up for it. Let's say that.
Anyway, thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, as usual, all our questions on today's show have been asked to 100 people before the show, and our contestants are on the hunt for one of those all-important pointless answers. This is an answer that none of those people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Don and Marjorie didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £6,500. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, now remember, the pair with the highest score at the end of this round will be eliminated. Also, there is to be no conferring during the round. Best of luck, all four pairs. Our first category today is the Premier League.
Yay!
The Premier League. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Premier League managers of the month as they could. Premier League managers of the month.
Yeah, we're looking for the name of anyone who's been named Premier League Manager of the Month all the way through from August 1993 to April 2013, please. So anyone named Premier League Manager of the Month in its various different guises from August 1993 all the way through to April 2013. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks, Richard. Now then, Charlie and Chris, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Charlie, welcome to the show. Now, where did you say you were from?
South Manchester.
No, but you said something else. You said...
Hill Green. We're both
Hill
members
Green.
of Hill Green Theatre Club.
Hill Green Theatre.
Yes, in fact, Chris is the chairman and I'm the treasurer.
So for one night, they are without a chairman and treasurer. What happens if something goes terribly wrong in Hill Green tonight? They have to summon an emergency meeting.
Well, we won't be there.
Oh, my word. OK, now, I'm guessing this Premier League question's probably not your favourite.
Absolutely not my favourite. My heart sank.
OK. Do you fancy having a punt at it?
Well, I'm going to have to go for the only answer I can give, which is going to be a very, very high score, which is Alex Ferguson.
Alex Ferguson. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Alex Ferguson. Well, it's right. Ooh. 68. 68, Charlie.
Yeah, he's on 27 of them.
Thanks, Richard. Now then, Jamie, remind us what you do, Jamie.
I'm a software engineer.
A software engineer, and in your spare time, what do you like to do?
I enjoy to play football, golf, and also just keeping fit, going to the gym.
OK, so sport occupies a lot of that time.
Yes.
Do you watch a lot of football?
I do.
So this is ideal for you?
Yes. But I'm stuck whether to take a bit of a gamble.
Gamble. Gamble.
Or play it fairly safe, I think. And I'm going to play it fairly safe and say Harry Redknapp.
Harry Redknapp, says Jamie. OK, well, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Harry Redknapp. Jamie, you've gone down the column. Look at that. Below 50, below 20. Look at that, 17. $17 for Harry Redknapp. That's a good answer.
He's won it at West Ham, Portsmouth, Southampton and Tottenham.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Olwen.
Hi.
Welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Olwen, what do you do?
I've just opened my own dating consultancy business for men.
A dating consultancy business? Which is basically get rid of those shoes. That kind of thing.
Is
that
is.
Sort of thing
No
you say?
white polo necks, bum bags, etc.
What's your top tip?
No man looks better with a sweep over. Embrace the bald.
OK, embrace the balls.
Yeah.
Now then, Olwen,
Yes.
football.
I can see a really red face. So I'm going to go for Brian Clough.
Brian Clough. Well, let's find out. Is Brian Clough right? And if it is, let's see how many people said Brian Clough. Oh, Olwen.
So sorry to my family.
I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry. That should have been a good answer, surely.
It's just out of his time frame, Cloughie. This is from 93 to 2013. I think he pretty much retired in 1993, I think, Brian Clough. So never won the award.
OK, now then, Darren, welcome back to the show. Tell us what happened last time, Darren.
We got stuck on fictional butlers. I think if we would have went the other way around, because I knew Geoffrey from The Fresh Prince and John knew Kato from Pink Panther, we might have been a different scenario.
Did you just call Frankie John, then?
I did, yeah.
How is that his nickname?
No, that's his real name. That's my mistake.
Oh, Frankie's a stage name.
Thank you.
Now it comes out.
And sorry, and thank you is also stage speak for yes. Sorry. Yeah. Wow, Frankie. So you decided to come here in your under a nom de plume?
Yeah, well, I'm on stage, so use the stage name.
Secret's out.
Yeah, well, it is now. It is now. Well, listen, Darren, I have a feeling you're going to be really good at this.
I would have been happier if it was rugby. That would have been sure. But I'm going to play safe and say Arsene Wenger.
Arsene Wenger. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Arsene Wenger. It's right. 33. Not bad at all, Darren. That'll do. 33 for Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, you won it 12 times up to April 2013 and will win it many more times, I suspect. There's a huge amount of names on this list.
OK, very
And
good.
I wish that some of the football fans would start going for more obscure answers.
Yeah, it's about time, I think.
Yeah, it is about time.
OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. The best score of that pass was yours, Jamie. What about that? Very well done indeed. Jamie and Bob, as a consequence, looking pretty strong at this stage. Then up to 33, where we find Darren and Frankie, brackets John. Then up to 68, where we find Charlie and Chris. And then 100, Olwen and Rachel. Best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? Now, Frankie, your singing career, your singing and stand-up career.
Yeah.
Where did that start? Did you just do it on a whim? Did you just think this is something I
Yeah,
quite
it's just
fancy?
something I've always wanted to do. I was just thought, why not?
OK, now then, Frankie, there you are on 33. The high
Right.
score is on 100.
OK.
Rachel and Olwen. What we're looking for is a score of 66 or less to
Well, I know
guarantee
quite a
your place.
few. So I'm going to take a punt at Chelsea manager in 2010, Carlo Ancelotti.
Carlo Ancelotti, says Frankie. There's your red line. Let's see if Ancelotti can get you below that red line. Is it right? How many people said it? It's right. You're in round two. Very well done, Frankie. It's a pointless answer. Very well done indeed. A pointless answer adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £6,750. It scores you absolutely nothing, Frankie, brackets John, and it leaves your total at 33. Very well done indeed.
That is exactly what we were looking for, Frankie. Very well done. Well done for not going for an obvious one. He won it 4 times for Chelsea, won the Manager of the Month 4 times, Ancelotti.
Now then, Rachel, we need that from you as well. Welcome to the show, Rachel. Great to have you here. What do you do?
I work in marketing and community liaison for Woodland Burial Park.
For the burial park?
Yes.
I see. That's good. That's good. That's good. We've all got to go somewhere. Now then, do you think you can get a nice low score?
Well, luckily, My dad is a...
Football manager.
Not yet. He's a Norwich City season ticket holder, so always talking about football. So I've got an answer, but whether or not it's any good, I don't know. But I'm going to say Martin O'Neill.
There's no red line for you as you're the high scorers, but Martin O'Neill, let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's a good answer. Down and down and down it goes. Still going down. Rachel, look at that. Martin O'Neill scores 6. That's a wonderful score. 6 for Martin O'Neill. 106 your total.
That's a terrific answer, Rachel. Well played, dear. Won it 3 times at Leicester, won it 4 times at Villa and once at Sunderland.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Bob. You've had many, many jobs, Bob. Some quite fun ones.
Yes.
Talk us through them again.
I was in retail for about 35 years.
See, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Also, in among that, you've also been...
Town centre manager.
See, that is fun, at Letchworth.
Yes.
How many years did you run the centre?
5 years.
Wow. Do you know what? And since then, they all say it's just gone...
I agree.
I mean, they always talk about the heyday of Bob.
They call them the golden years, don't they?
They do, yeah. Oh.
Letchworth Garden City.
Yeah, that's right.
I can only agree.
Yeah. There we are. Now then, Bob, there you are on 17. Lovely low score. The high scorers, Rachel and Olwen on 106. 88 or less sees you into round 2.
Football's not really my bag, so to speak. I've got a couple of names running around in my head, and I'm going to go with the first one I thought of, Ron Greenwood.
OK, Bob saying Ron Greenwood. There is your red line. Get below that, you are through to the next round. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Ron Greenwood. Oh, Bob. Oh, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 117.
Jamie taught me all I know.
It was way, way after his time, I'm afraid. He didn't manage another club team after he left the England manager job in 1982. So, a long time after that, I'm afraid.
OK, now, Chris. Now, what do you do?
Since I've retired, I've taken on the role of chairperson.
You are chairperson of the theatre. Is Charlie easy to deal with?
He's very good.
He's good, is he?
He's very good.
OK.
And you were saying before who's going to run the club if we're not there, to be honest. It's mainly us, isn't it?
It's mainly you two. I didn't doubt that for a second,
Yeah.
Chris. Now then, there you are on 68. We have a game on our hands here. The high scorers are Bob and Jamie. 117. You have to score 48 or less to stay with us. Come on, Chris.
I don't even know it's the right name. I don't even know if he's won it. He should have done on looks anyway. Roberto Mancini.
Roberto Mancini, says Chris. Roberto Mancini. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There is your red line, right there. If you get below that, you're in round 2. It's right. You're in round 2. Very well done indeed, Chris. That's a great answer. It scores 2. The second lowest score of the whole round. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 70. Well done, Chris.
Well done, Chris. You won it twice as Manchester City manager. Very good answer. You look so relieved.
I am.
Now, there are so many pointless answers up here. There's a whole load. Anyone who knows about football is going to have done well here, I suspect. Let's take a look at some of them. Brian Robson won it once as manager of Middlesbrough. There's Carlo Ancelotti. Frankie gave us that. David O'Leary won it 3 times with Leeds. Gareth Southgate won it with Borough as well. Graham Souness won it twice with Southampton. Phil Brown won it with Hull. Ron Atkinson won it with Coventry. Steve Coppell won it twice with Reading. Stuart Pearce won it with Forest and Man City. You also could have had Alan Ball, Alex McLeish, Brian Kidd, Brian Little, Brian McDermott, Danny Wilson, Dave Merrington, David Pleat, Frank Clark, Jerry Francis, Howard Kendall, Jim Smith, John Gregory, Mike Walker of Norwich. You could have Paul Jewell, who won it twice in a row with Wigan. You could have Phil Thompson, Roy Evans, Steve Clark, Trevor Francis or Walter Smith. Even one-pointers. You got Sven-Göran Eriksson, Gordon Strachan, Terry Venables, Gary Megson, George Burley, Glenn Roeder, George Graham, Glenn Hoddle, Roberto Di Matteo and Howard Wilkinson.
What about that? The breath control. Thanks very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, I'm afraid the pair leaving us with a high score of 117. They were in the head-to-head last time. This time they're leaving. It's been great having you on the show. I'm really sorry. Bob and Jamie, we have to say goodbye to you now, but it's been great. Thanks so much for playing. Bob and Jamie. For the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, 3 pairs remain. Very well done. You made it through the football round. Rachel, well done, you. Very clever.
So
Good
relieved.
answering there. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is film. Film. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns love triangles. Love triangles. Richard.
On each pass, we're going to show you 6 sets of 3 characters, all of whom are involved in a love story in a particular film. Can you tell us the films that these characters are from? I'm going to put the dates of the film in brackets as well. It's going to be 6 on each pass. It's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed, Rich. So, we are looking for the film that links the 3 characters in each option. And here is our first board. Lucy Steele, Edward Ferrars, Eleanor Dashwood, 1995. Rhett Butler, Ashley Wilkes, Scarlett O'Hara, 1939. Harry Sanborn, Erica Barry, Julian Mercer, 2003. Jack Dawson, Rose DeWitt Bukater, Cal Hockley, 1997. Charles Darney, Lucy Manette, Sidney Carton, 1958. Newland Archer, Countess Olenska, and May Welland, 1993. I'll read those all one last time. Lucy Steele, Edward Ferrars, Eleanor Dashwood, 1995. Rhett Butler, Ashley Wilkes, Scarlett O'Hara, 1939. Harry Sanborn, Erica Barry, Julian Mercer, 2003. Jack Dawson, Rose DeWitt Bukater, Cal Hockley, 1997. Charles Darney, Lucy Manette, Sidney Carton, 1958. And Newland Archer, Countess Olenska, and May Welland, 1993. OK, there we are. 6 sets of characters, 6 love triangles. Chris, what do you make of that board?
I definitely know one. I think that might be the obvious. And I think I know another. I'm not too sure, just by the names. So, do I take a punt? Or do I go with the second one? I'll go with the second one. It's Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, says Chris for the second one down. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Gone with the Wind. It's right. 61. 61 for Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, absolutely. Scarlett secretly in love with Ashley. I won't say what happens. I won't give away any spoilers. It's a tough board, isn't it?
Yeah, really tough. Now then, Rachel. It is tough.
Yeah, really hard. There's only... Well, I recognise one of the names on there, but I can't think which one it is, which film it is. So I'm going to have to go for Jack Dawson, 1997, and that's Titanic.
Titanic, says Rachel. Titanic. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Titanic. Is right. Well, it beats Gone with the Wind. 30. Well done, Rachel. 30 for Titanic.
Well played, Rachel, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet and Billy Zane.
Thanks very much. Now then, Darren. Darren, you're the last person to have this board. Would you like to talk us through it?
Looking at it, I really don't know what they are, so I'm just trying to work out what's what. I'm going to have a guess at Harry Sanborn, Erica Barry and Julian Mercer as Twilight.
OK, Twilight, says Darren. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Twilight. No bad luck, Darren. I mean, it's a good guess, but unfortunately, I'm afraid it's a wrong answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points.
Sorry, Darren, tough board up there. Let's go through some of them. If you don't know the films, you might know some of the books. Lucy Steele, Edward Ferrars and Eleanor Dashwood.
Sense and Sensibility.
Sense and Sensibility, yes, that would have scored you 6 points. You might be able to guess Charles Darnay, Lucy Manette and Sidney Carton. It's a Dickens.
Yeah, it's A Tale of Two Cities.
Tale of Two Cities is the right answer. That would have scored you 8 points. Right at the bottom there, Newland Archer, Countess Olenska and May Welland is The Age of Innocence. Very well done if you said that. That's 2 points. And there's a pointless answer there for the one that Darren went for. So it's a really tough one. Harry Sanborn, Erica Barry, Julian Mercer, played by Jack Nicholson, Diane Keaton and Keanu Reeves, It's something's got to give. Very well done if you said that. It's a pointless answer.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 30, the best score of that pass, Rachel. Very well done. Rachel and Olwyn looking pretty strong at this stage. Up to 61, where we find Chris and Charlie, and then up to 100, Darren and Frankie. Let's come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 sets of characters up on the board again, and here's our next board. Heathcliff, Catherine Earnshaw, Isabella Linton, 1992. Princess Buttercup, Prince Humperdinck, Westley, 1987. Kiki Harrison, Gwen Harrison, Eddie Thomas, 2001. Melanie Carmichael, Andrew Hennings, Jake Perry, 2002. Victor Laszlo, Ilse Lund, Rick Blaine, 1942. And Elaine Robinson, Benjamin Braddock, Mrs. Robinson, 1967. I'll read those all one last time. Heathcliff, Catherine Earnshaw, Isabella Linton, 1992. Princess Buttercup, Prince Humperdinck, Westley, 1987. Kiki Harrison, Gwen Harrison, Eddie Thomas, 2001. Melanie Carmichael, Andrew Hennings, Jake Perry, 2002. Victor Laszlo, Ilse Lund, Rick Blaine, 1942. Elaine Robinson, Benjamin Braddock, and Mrs. Robinson, 1967. Now, remember, we are looking for the film that links these characters together. And, Frankie, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. There you are. You're the high scorers on 100.
Taxi. I'm going for the top one. I think that's the only one I know, actually. I think it's a remake of Wuthering Heights.
OK, Wuthering Heights, says Frankie. Wuthering Heights, no red line for you, as you're already the high scorers. But let's see how many people said Wuthering Heights. .48. Not bad. You could still be in with a chance there, Frankie. 148 your total.
Yes, Ralph Fiennes and Juliette Binoche in that 1992 version.
Thanks very much, Rich. Now then, Olwyn. Olwyn, good news for you. You are already through to the next round. Even if you score 100 points, you won't overtake Frankie and Darren's high score of 148. But I think you might have a couple of these.
I think I know 2 more, and I'm going to go for Victor et al. And Casablanca.
Casablanca, yes. Casablanca, says Olwyn. Let's see if that's right. No red line for you as you're already through. But how many people said Casablanca? Very well done indeed. 41, your total.
Yes, those last 2, they're obviously played by Ingrid Bergman and Humphrey Bogart. It's based on a play, Casablanca, called Everyone Comes to Rick's.
Charlie, you're on 61. The high scorers on 148 are Frankie and Darren. If you can score 86 or less, you're in the head-to-head. Do you want to talk us through this board and fill in all the blanks?
I can't fill in all the blanks. I know 2. The bottom one is The Graduate, but I'm going to go for one of my favourite films, in fact, Princess Buttercup, Prince Humperdinck, Westley, it's Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, says Charlie. There's your red line. If you get below that, you're in the head-to-head. Let's see how many of our 100 people said The Princess Bride. Absolutely right, and through you go. Very well done. 8. Very well done. 8 takes your total up to 69.
Well played, Charlie. Yeah, one of my favourite films as well, The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Brilliant. The book is brilliant as well. Now, let's take a look at the rest of these. Charlie was right about the bottom one. That is The Graduate. You're right to go for The Princess Bride, though, because it's a bigger scorer. That scored you 35 points. These other 2 are Melanie Carmichael, Andrew Hennings and Jake Perry is Sweet Home Alabama. Very well done if you got that, 2 points. And this last one is a pointless answer. Played by Julia Roberts, Catherine Zeta-Jones and John Cusack, America's Sweethearts. It's a pointless answer, so very well done if you said that. An easier board, that one, but not easy.
By no means. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our second round, the pair heading home with a high score of 148. I'm afraid it's Frankie and Darren. I'm afraid this is where we have to say goodbye to you, Frankie and Darren, but we've loved having you on the show both times. Thanks so much for playing. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Charlie and Chris, Rachel and Olwen. You are one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £6,750. So now we have to decide who's going to play for that money, and to do that, you are now going to go head-to-head. But the big difference is you're now allowed to confer. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, I have to say, what a fantastically colourful head-to-head this is. This is brilliant. I mean, what a picture. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns ranks of the RAF. Ranks of the RAF, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 ranks of the Royal Air Force now, but we're only going to show you the abbreviations that are used for them on the Royal Air Force website, please. Can you tell us the full names? Very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 abbreviations, and here they are. We have got WGCDR, MRAF, AIRCDRE, FS and LAC. I'll read those one last time. WGCDR, MRAF, AIRCDRE, FS and LAC. There we are. Now, Charlie and Chris, you played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first.
We'll go for the first one, which is Wing Commander.
Wing Commander, say Charlie and Chris. Now then, Rachel and Olwen. Do you want to take us through the rest of the board?
I think we're going to have to take a guess for the third one down. Air Commander and hope for the best.
Air Commander and hope for the best. OK, so we have Wing Commander and now we have Air Commander. Charlie and Chris said Wing Commander. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It's right. 68. That's quite high, but Rachel and Olwen have gone for Air Commander. Air Commander, the third one down. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. Oh, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. I'm sorry, Rachel and Olwen. That means, Charlie and Chris, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Yeah, the R and the E are the wrong way round for Air Commander. It's very close. It's Air Commodore is the answer. Would have scored you 33 points, so would have won you a point. Now, FS is a big scorer as well. That is Flight Sergeant. Would have scored you 40. LAC is leading aircraftman or leading aircraft woman. Both of those would have been correct answers. Would have scored you 8 points. And MRAF is the highest rank in the Air Force. It's Marshal of the Royal Air Force. And that would have scored you 3 points.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So here comes your second question. Rachel and Olwen, you will get to answer this first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so best of luck. It concerns UNESCO Natural World Heritage Sites. UNESCO Natural World Heritage Sites, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 images now of World Heritage Sites. You need to tell us in which country are they located, please. Very best of luck. And as always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Let's reveal our 5 images, and here they are. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 UNESCO Natural World Heritage Sites. Rachel and Olwen, you will go first.
Kenya, I don't know. That would have been my guess. I know that D is Australia, because it's the Blue Mountains. C is Peru.
We're going to go for D, which we think is the Blue Mountains in Australia.
You're going to say D, Australia. D, Australia. Charlie and Chris, do you fancy talking us through the rest of the board?
I think B is possibly, not sure which country, it's Africa, isn't it? Possibly Kenya. I don't know E, but we're going to go for A, aren't we? I think.
No, are we?
Are we?
No, C.
What do you think
Can't
A
even
is?
agree, I'm sorry.
We're
do
going
you
to go
think?
for C.
OK, you're going to go for C
And Peru.
and Peru. OK, so we have Australia and Peru. Rachel and Olwen have said Australia for D. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Australia. It's right. It's right. That's a good score. Look at it. Down it goes. Look at that. Very well done indeed. 3 for Australia. Well done. Charlie and Chris, meanwhile, have said C is Peru. Let's find out if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Peru. It's right. It's going to have to beat 3, though, and it doesn't, I'm afraid. 37. Well done, Rachel and Olwen. That's exactly what you needed to do. After 2 questions, it's 1-all.
Very well played, yeah, the Greater Blue Mountains area there, and that's Machu Picchu, obviously, in Peru. Now, for B, you would have said Kenya. You'd have been right. It wouldn't have won you the point, though, because it would have scored you 21. It's Mount Kenya in the background now. Now, the other 2 are pretty tough, I would say. Let's start with E. And that is the Meteora, which is in Greece. Very well done if you said Greece. 2 points for that. And the top one is the Teide National Park in Tenerife, so Spain would be the answer to that, and it's a pointless answer, so very well done if you said that at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So we come down to our 3rd question. It's a decider. Whoever wins this goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. It concerns Tom Jones. Tom Jones. Richard.
Yeah, talking of UNESCO Natural World Heritage Sites, I mean that in a lovely way, because he's an extraordinary man, isn't he? We're going to give you 5 clues now to facts about Tom Jones. Whoever gives us the most obscure answer is going through to play for the jackpot, so very best of luck, both teams.
OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they are. We have got his first UK #1 single, the year in which he was knighted by the Queen, the Bond film for which he sang the theme song, the BBC One programme on which he coached Leanne Mitchell to victory, and the singer he collaborated with on his single Baby It's Cold Outside. I'll read those one last time. His first UK #1 single, the year in which he was knighted by the Queen, the Bond film for which he sang the theme song, the BBC One programme on which he coached Leanne Mitchell to victory, and the singer he collaborated with on his single Baby It's Cold Outside. There we are, 5 clues to facts about Tom Jones. Charlie and Chris, you will go first.
Right, we'll go for the bottom one, which is Cerys Matthews.
Cerys Matthews, say Charlie and Chris. Cerys Matthews. Now then, Rachel and Olwen. Do you want to talk us through the board? Have a shot at some of them?
The first #1 hit single is so hard because it's always something that you don't think what it is. So, I don't know, something obscure. The year is Knighted by the Queen, well, that's like, not really sure.
No idea.
The song is Thunderball, and the next answer is The Voice.
I think Thunderball would be lower than The Voice, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
you choose.
Give it a bash.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bond film is Thunderball.
Thunderball. OK, so Charlie and Chris have said Cerys Matthews. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Cerys Matthews. It's right. '27. 27 for Cerys Matthews. Rachel and Olwen, you have said Thunderball. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Is it going to beat 27, though? Yes, it is. Look at that. Very well done. 19. 19 for Thunderball. Very well done, Rachel and Olwen. After 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Much to your surprise, it would appear. Yeah, it's
A little bit.
his first UK #1 single. You're right, is a very, very obscure one. So lucky he didn't go for it. It's not unusual.
Oh.
Would have scored you 13 points as well. Would have been a terrific answer. The year in which he was knighted by the Queen. Take your pick. It was 2006, and 6 of our 100 people knew that. And the top answer on the board is the Voice there. And that would have scored you a fairly massive 72 points.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round are Charlie and Chris. Well, 3 perfectly good answers from you there in the head-to-head and a pretty good performance the whole way through the show. Well, the good news is we get to see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much. Charlie and Chris, meantime, thanks very much for playing. Great contestants. Charlie and Chris. But for Rachel and Alwyn, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Rachel and Alwyn. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. Very well done. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £6,750. Well done. As always, you kick this round off by choosing a category. And you have 4 choices. They are elements and minerals, post-war British writers, sporting awards, films by Kens.
Post-war British writers. Always a favourite.
I probably won't be able to name any. What would you prefer?
I want to talk about Ken.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ken.
Let's go for
Whoever
it.
he may be.
Films by Kens.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Best of luck, Richard.
Yes, good luck. We're looking for any feature film made for cinema release directed by any of the following 3 Kens, please. We're looking for any film directed by Ken Russell, looking for any film directed by Ken Loach, or we're looking for any film directed by Kenneth Branagh. So any film made for cinema release directed by any of those 3, as always, no TV films, documentaries, short films, anything like that. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and to win that jackpot, £6,750, you just have to find 1 pointless answer among those 3. Now, remember, the answers you provide can come from any of these categories. You can spread them across them how you like. It's entirely up to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, I don't know who the first 2 are.
They kind of ring a bell, but I'm going to stick with Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, I know
think-
he did Henry V.
Yep, Dead Again. And he might have done... He was in Othello. That's the one where he's got no lips.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I can think of. But
I
whether he
can't think
directed
of any
them-
other. I only knew Henry V.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Henry V, Dead Again, Othello.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's done shed loads.
As
Mainly
soon
in
as
the
they
late
come up, I'm
80s.
gonna think,
Peter's
oh.
Friends. Did he do Peter's Friends, or was that just Emma Thompson was in it? That's not really the same.
Oh, should we go with?
Let's go with those 3.
Yeah.
OK, you're happy to stop the clock?
Yeah.
That's how confident you are. OK, well, we'll stop the clock. We'll stop the clock. What are your 3 answers?
OK, so all from the Kenneth Branagh category.
OK.
Yeah.
Henry V.
Henry V,
Othello and Dead Again.
Othello and Dead Again. Now, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Maybe Othello if he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK, so we'll put Othello last.
Yeah.
And you're least likely to be pointless?
I think Henry yeah.
Henry
Yeah.
V we shall put first and Dead Again in the middle. All right, we'll just pop those on the board in that order. We have got Henry V, Dead Again and Othello. Well, very best of luck. Your first answer, the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless, was Henry V. But remember, only one of these answers needs to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £6,750. If you did win it, let's just say, what would you do with it? Rachel?
I've got a holiday to Canada booked next year, which needs paying for, so
Perfect.
that would be nice. I've also lost a couple of good friends to breast cancer as well. One of them has a memorial fund set up in her name, so I'd like to make a little donation to that as well.
Excellent. Owen, how about you?
I'd make a donation as well with Rach. But I'd also like to go and land on my brother in Australia because I've never been able to visit him.
Very good. Well, let's hope at least one of those answers is pointless and you can leave with that jackpot. Now, Henry V, all of your answers are in the Kenneth Branagh category. Let us find out. Henry V, it has to be correct, then it has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. So for £6,750, how many people said Henry V? It's right. Let's see how far this goes down. If this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here immediately with £6,750. It's going down through the teens to 13. Not bad. Not bad. I would say that's probably his most famous film, I would have thought. I don't know. But Only 13 people said it, so I think that's a good sign. So unfortunately, not a pointless answer. Your second answer was dead again. Again, this has to be correct and it has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. So for £6,750, let's find out how many people said Dead Again as a Kenneth Branagh film. It's right. Your first answer, Henry V, took us all the way down to 13. Dead Again takes us down through the 20s, down through the teens, into single figures, still going down. Down it goes. Oh, 3 for Dead Again. This is exciting. So we've come down from 13 to 3. Only one more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on Othello. It's a bit of a punt. You weren't entirely sure if he'd directed this, but you knew he'd been in it. With the thin lips, Alwyn said. OK, you thought this was your most confident shot. Anyway, add a pointless answer. Let's find out. Othello, is it correct? And if it is correct, is it pointless? This for £6,750. Oh, no! Bad luck. Bad luck. Oh, very, very well played in this round. 2 fantastic answers there. But unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £6,750. That will roll over onto the next time. But we have really loved having you on the show. You've been fantastic right the way across it. And you do, of course, get to take home a pointless trophy each. So very well done.
Yeah, that's unlucky. He was in Othello as Iago, but didn't direct it. Let's take a look at the pointless answers in all the different categories, though. First, Ken Russell films. His first ever film, French Dressing, was a pointless answer. Salome's Last Dance. Helen Mirren film, Savage Messiah, was a pointless answer. And The Lair of the White Worm with Amanda Donohoe and Hugh Grant in that as well. That would have been a pointless answer. Ken Loach, I Fond Kiss, was a pointless answer. Blackjack was a pointless answer. Bread and Roses, Carla's Song was a pointless answer as well. There's lots of films on the Ken Loach list, but they were the only pointless answers, so people know they're Ken Loach. And Kenneth Branagh, there's only 2 pointless answers. In The Bleak Midwinter, which is about a group of out-of-work actors making Hamlet, and Sleuth, his remake of the film Sleuth with Jude Law and Michael Caine, is a pointless answer. Very well done if you said any of those.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Rachel and Alwyn, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing and playing so well. Rachel and Alwyn. Well, sadly, Rachel and Alwyn didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show and we will be playing for £7,750. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.